Hey everyone, Joe here. I know when I said a few videos back, I was back and was really planning on doing more videos, but I really don't have the time, and I don't want to say I don't have the interest, but I don't get enough views to really put the time into it. But I am doing a video here for those that do watch because I have some really great books that I picked up, and maybe you'll see something that you haven't seen before or something you want to put on your list. Um, so I'm going to get to those books. If you want to see just the books, just skip ahead. I do want to talk first about uh, where I am in my collecting, and I've been collecting for decades, and have amassed over 14,000 comics, and it's just too much. It takes up a lot of space, and I'm not going back and reading them and whatnot. So it's time to get rid of them. My goal this year is to sell 5,000 comics, and the year's already half over, and I have not even scratched that. eBay has been a real disappointment this year. I don't know if anybody else is finding that. I used to sell pretty well on eBay, and even now, if my I could have the lowest price comic and it's not selling. Others are selling for more before mine, and I think that's because eBay is they really want you to promote your listings, and to promote it, you have to give them another 2 to 10%. They're already taking 14, which isn't bad for what you get, but they do charge that on tax and shipping also, which you're not making money on for the most part. So it's usually closer to 18%, and then they want you to, they recommend 8 to 10% or 6 to 10, something like that. And now you're up to 30, 25, 30%, and that's not even taking into account the cost of the item. Um, if it's a $5 comic, it usually ends up being like 70% you're given to commission. But things just aren't selling. I don't know if people are buying in other places, if the shipping charges have just, if the post office has screwed everyone. Um, it's really not worth buying a $5 comic and then paying $5 in postage. So going to look for other avenues, maybe Facebook. I haven't done that before. I've tried Instagram. I've had some success. Craigslist. I usually only find the sharks that are looking to steal collections. Um, so we'll see what happens. But as I'm going through, and it takes an incredible amount of time. I've probably got about 5 long boxes right now. And my plan now is to maybe do like a garage sale through Craigslist and Nextdoor.com and things like that, and just have people come and flip through the boxes here. It's funny when people do that, they don't want to pay anything, but they'll go to a store and pay higher prices. They'll go to trade shows and pay higher prices. They'll buy from influencers on whatnot and pay ridiculous prices. But when they come to your house and you have good comics, they don't want to pay anything. They want everything for a pennies on the dollar. So as I'm going through my collection, again, it's taking forever because I have to reprice everything or price everything. And for that, I'm just going on my comic shop. If they have it for sale in the same grade, I'm just putting that price on, and then I'll discount it, when somebody comes. I will put a link in here of the website that has all of the books for sale. Just and I'm can't say this loud enough. Ignore the prices. Most of the books are $1 to $3. If a book is $5, I have it priced at like 2 or 3, and then I'll discount it from there, depending on what you buy. If a book is $3, it's priced at $1. And again, if you buy enough of them, that'll get discounted. So ignore the prices on the website. But if you do see stuff, there's again, as I'm going through them, there's like a lot of great complete series that I have, because again, this is my collection. So a lot of series I completed, and the stories were really good, but they're not worth anything now. They're not even worth cover price, which is sad for as a comic collector to see that you have good stories, good books in near mint condition. They're not worth anything. And I'm realistic to that fact. So that's the way I am pricing. Again, the website's not going to show that. The website's going to show some retail prices. But I'm very well aware of what comics are worth. And a lot of them, I don't want to sell because I do remember the stories and maybe one day would like to reread them. But again, I just have way too many comics and I need to get rid of them. So take a look on the website. If there's anything there, let me know. And we'll work out a deal, and you will be happy with the deal we work out. If you're in the Central Jersey area, hit me up and come by and take a look at them in person. Save yourself shipping. I do take credit cards because I do have it as a business. It is a branch of I have a marketing company, and I made comic collecting a branch of that. So I do have to report sales. I do have to charge a New Jersey tax if you're in New Jersey. I don't have to charge tax if you're outside of New Jersey. But again, if you want to use a credit card, you can. I will waive the credit card fee, or I'll eat the credit card fee. And I do that through PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, whatever. You could pay any way that you'd like. Anyway, all right, let's get to the books. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Just the overall market, comic market, is getting to be a little depressing. And again, I really don't care about the prices on my big books because I bought them as a collector. But it's hard to find. People are still asking for ridiculous prices. Even when they're, if somebody puts it up for auction, it'll sell for, say, $100. And yet everybody else is asking $500 for buy it now. Just ridiculous. So anyway, let's get to the books. So first I have a couple recent books. And this is Cerebus. This is a reprint, but it is signed, here we go, over here, by Dave Sim. And this was limited, I don't know to how many. But I do have the original, so I thought it'd be nice. And the original is graded, so you can't read it. I thought it'd be nice to have this as a companion for that one day when I do sell it, that now you could have a reader copy and a signed copy. So that's that. That just came out recently, maybe a couple months ago. This is an older book that I picked up. I believe it's Amanda Connor cover. And it is a sought-after cover. I may have paid $5 or $6 for it. I really don't remember. It wasn't that much. And it probably sells for that. Maybe on a good day you could get $10 for it. And maybe on a better day you could find it in a dollar box. But it's cool. I guess to me it reminds me of the Cars Candio album. And I think that was Vargas. So, but cool cover. There's another recent book just came out, and this is an Adam Hughes cover, Gun Honey. I did read the first two series, and they were really good. A really good premise. She's pretty much a gun for hire. But then the third series was absolute garbage, and I don't plan on reading this series. This was the only book that I picked up because of the Adam Hughes cover at cover price, less than did I get by buy on my comic.com. So there I get a discount. So it was like, under $2.50. Not bad for Adam Hughes cover. I've been reading some of the Spider-Boy. This one I just, like the throwback cover. So there you go, Spider-Boy. And again, I think I was reading maybe up to issue 4, then I skipped 5. I picked up 6 here, and that's pretty much it. Not really interested in it any longer. I'm not really buying books on spec or cover, except when they are outrageous. So this is a Zerdy, I think that's how you pronounce it, Szerdy cover. And that's a really nice looking cover. So I picked that up, when it came out. But there's so many new first appearances and whatnot going on, and I can't be bothered with it anymore. Again, I'm just not interested. It's a new series by Image. Again, I bought it because I like the cover. I just really like this cover. I still do. The book itself, my opinion, was junk. It was crap. If I remember correctly, it was just a lot of fighting scenes with a lot of banter back and forth with nothing really going on. There were so many new characters, and I think I read the first few pages and then skimmed through the rest. I just wasn't interested. But I still do like this cover. I'm not sure who the artist is, but I really like that style. Okay, so I said I don't buy covers anymore. I do have a huge Vampirella collection. So when I could find these virgin covers at cover price or maybe $1 or $2 above, I do pick them up. So this is a 1 in 15, and this is a Selena cover. I don't hear much about her. I've showed her artwork before in past videos, but I really don't hear anybody talking about her, but she is incredible. She's an incredible artist. The details and the fingers and the expressions and the muscles, just to me, she's excellent. So this was a 1 in 15. I picked up this one here. This is also a 1 in 15. This is Vampirella Dracula Rage number 6. And again, this is a Selena cover. This is a Carla Cohen cover. Again, another one of my favorites. This is a 1 in 25 variant of Vampirella 669. And again, my Vampirella collection has got to be, I've got to have 50 plus books in this collection. This is also Vampirella 669, and this is a 1 in 20 variant. This book is fire, this cover. So anyway, back to my Vampirella collection. I do have the first magazine, the second, I think the first annual, and some issues in between, and then a lot of these variant covers. So I really do like the Vampirella covers. Here's a couple big books that I picked up. And some of these, I have a want list on eBay that I keep. And some of these I've been looking for a long, long time. One of them that I'll show in a bit, over 10 years I've been looking for a book. So here is Deadpool's Secret, what is it? Deadpool's Secret Wars. First, Gwenpool, only on the cover. And obviously it's a 9.8. And again, I'm not big on CGC anymore. I like raw comics. But a book like this, I waited and waited and waited, and pretty much bought it for, I think raw this book goes for anywhere from 100 to 130, and add in $30 in grading fees would be around 160, for the high. That's what I paid for this. And it goes, I think the next day one sold for over 200. So I'm not paying a premium for CGC. I'll pay the grading price because there is value in having a book encapsulated and protected and graded, as long as it's graded accurately, which this one is. There are no spine ticks. The cover is nice. The corners are all sharp. This is a 9.8, if not higher. If I've seen videos recently of people showing 9.8s that have spine ticks, and to me that's not a 9.8, and I would not be happy having a 9.8 like that. So if you wait and wait, you can get CGCs for the raw price plus the grading fee, and to me that's fair, because if you buy a book raw and then send it in, A, you're taking a chance that you're going to get that 9.8. B, you're waiting however long, weeks to months, and at the end of the day, just wait and buy it for that price. The next two, well, this one's kind of interesting. I am a big Bruce Lee fan. I was a martial artist for 15 years doing JKD, which was Bruce Lee's art. So this is not graded, but it is, to me, easily a 9.8. I've been looking for this book for a long time. This is Crow Hack Slash #1 variant. Brandon Lee, Virgin cover. I'm not sure if it's limited. I'm sure it is limited, but I'm not sure if it's limited to a number. I believe this was a store copy. But love this cover. And again, graded, forget about it. It goes for a couple hundred. And the book sells normally for 100, around 100 or so. And I didn't want to pay that because it really was just a cover. So I ended up paying, I think I got it for $40. You could go look on eBay and look at recent sales, and mine will be there. So what I did is I put a couple backing boards behind Mylar, put it in top loader, and then made this little label here. So no, it's not graded. It's graded by me, which I think is on overall more accurate than CGC. And what I did is, when you buy Mylar bags, they come with oversized cardboard on both sides. So I just took that cardboard and I printed a label. It's not the best label. I just did it in Excel and taped it on there. So I think it's pretty cool looking. Again, I'm not fooling anyone that this is graded, but I like it. What do you think about it? Let me see if I can get it up there to show it. There you go. Has all the information you need. I think it looks cool. Let me know what you think. This book is the book that I've been waiting to find for over 10 years. Visions #1. This is the first appearance of Flaming Carrot, and I know nobody cares about Flaming Carrot. Years ago they did a Mystery Men movie, and he wasn't even in it. So maybe one day, there'll be a cartoon or something, and this book will skyrocket. But I've made offers on this book for hundreds more than I actually end up paying for it over the years. And I've kept the emails on those people because there was only 1,000 printed, and 200 were destroyed in a fire. So there's really only 800 of these out there. That's pretty rare, again, for a character that most people know at least the name, most comic collectors. This is inside of each one, they were numbered and then signed by one of the artists. This one is number 49 of 1,000, which again is really 49 of 800. So it's a pretty low number. The other ones I've looked at were in the 600s or 400s, whatever, and they wanted 800, 1,000. This one here is obviously raw. I put it at a 8.0 to 8.5. It's got some foxing in the white, that's why I haven't taped it shut yet. I might try to clean that. I don't know if I want to screw around with this book, but I might try to clean that. But otherwise, it's because of the black cover, it's got some flaking on the corner. There's no spine ticks, no creases at all on the front or back. And the back cover is jet black, no fingerprints, no creases, beautiful. That's why I'm not going to take it out now and handle it. Even when I bought it, I put gloves on when I took it out of the case because I knew it had a black cover, and I've done that way too many times, picking up a book not knowing it had a black cover and fingerprints that are incredibly hard to get off. So again, I might try to clean this up. Maybe not. Again, I have no plans to sell it. So yeah, if I'm cleaning it, I'm just doing it for myself. Otherwise, it does not need a press. It is beautiful. It has a little crease up here. I don't think it even breaks color. So it is minor, being on the black cover there. And all the other corners are pretty nice. Again, to me, easily an 8.0, maybe an 8.5. The last 6.0 sold for, I think, $600 or $700. The last 8.0 sold for over $1,000. And I picked this up for $340. Again, you could go on eBay, you could see the sale. I don't consider shipping in my costs when I buy, because if I drive to a store, I don't consider gas prices. So I don't consider the shipping is just a something that you have to pay to get the book. So, but shipping was only $8 on this. So yeah, again, I have been searching and searching over 10 years. That's a long time looking for a book. Again, there's not many of them, so not many come up for sale. And then when they do, people wanted, again, I went through the emails and I looked, I've offered, 500, and they're like, no, it's way too less. And they were not in condition like this. They were close, but maybe a grade lower or two. And even the graded one that I put an offer in was only a 6.0. And he was selling 1, 2, and 3, and he wouldn't take anything less than 1,000. I already have 2 and 3. They really don't sell for much, so 95% of that 1,000 was in number 1. So really, he was looking for $950 for this. So my advice: wait. I could send this in. I would like this graded only for, I guess, 2 reasons. 1, there's not that many graded. 2, it is incredibly rare, and I would like it protected. The reason why I may not send it in is because I don't know what's going to happen to it. Through the mail, through their handling. I don't want to take that chance. So I may just keep it. It is very sturdy now. I have a piece of thicker cardboard back here, plus 3 backing boards. It's very thick. I may have a top loader that fits this. I'll have to look. But right now, I'm going to keep it as it is. I may be sending books to CGC because there's a few I want to sell, which the one that I'm going to show you next. One is Thundercats #1. I have a newsstand, which I think is a 9.8, at least a 9.6. And just the difference between selling it raw and graded is, crazy. So if people want to pay that, I may send it in CGC and get it graded. The other book is this one, The Last Ronin. This is in a top loader. This does have many backing boards. It's very stiff. This book here, because it's square bound, to me, and I've looked at it through a magnifying glass, or through the magnifier on my laptop. This is a 10.0. If it gets any lower, they're wrong. But even if not, even if it's a 9.9 or a 9.8, raw, I could probably get 130 for this. 9.8, I think they're running around 300. 9.9 around 500, and a 10.0 over that. So, this would cost me, maybe $30, maybe a little bit more considering shipping and insurance and whatnot. Even if it costs $40 to get it graded, I'm kind of willing to take that risk because it is, again, the only thing I worry about is it being damaged during handling anywhere, post office or there. So I don't know. If anybody is interested in buying this, let me know. Again, I would be looking for more than 130, more than Ruffy, because I know for a fact this is a 9.8 to a 10.0. Is perfect. So there it is. another point about, oh, when I called CGC, because again, I didn't know how to, when you do their forms, you need to put a value down. So I think I've screwed myself many times in the past because I have a ton of graded books, and I did used to send them in years ago. And I used to put down the value of what I thought the grade was. So if I was sending in a book that I thought was a 9.8, I would put a value of $100, even though raw it sold for $10. And I called, and this one here, again, because raw it's 130, graded it could be 500. So their break-off point is 400. So I called to say, what do I value it at? And she said, oh, you only value it at the raw grade. We don't value books at the graded price. So again, for years, I think I've been sending them in, putting the value that I thought it was worth, and again, thinking I don't want them to think I think it's a lower value, so I'm putting a higher value on it. And apparently, you don't need to do that. You just need to put the raw value down. So live and learn. Anyway, that's the haul. That's the big book. This is a book for sale. I think I mentioned in every video I'd have a book for sale. But I take to heart what I said. This is 9.8 to 10.0. I don't sell books. I don't buy graded books for anything over raw value, but selling's a different thing because people are willing to pay more for a graded book. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Actually, this video is so much longer than I thought. Hopefully you put it on, I watch most videos on 1.25 or 1.50 speed. So feel free to speed me up. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.